Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Horror Hollywood, and today I'm here to do some small tests on this. This is one of three, what was it? I think they're called the Demon, Triple Blue Demon Thrower Knives, something like that. They first came with hand wrapping, little cord wrapping right there, but as soon as I tried pulling one out of the sheath, the cord kind of shifted around a bit, so I just took it off. Much better this way to me personally. But we're going to do some tests on it. Oh, yeah. I want to know how Ocelot does this with a revolver. Anyways, so as for now, the blade it's got a decent edge on it. It's not really anything to write home about. Before I got it, it was a lot more dull. I probably made it even more dull, but overall, it isn't too bad. Tip is kind of where I'm thinking it's going to excel at, because it kind of goes down into like a very thin tip, which that's going to be very nice for penetrating. So we're going to test it on bottle. Not that one's fucked up, but we'll see how this goes. Alright, I'm not too kind of keen on cutting with this, because I don't think it's doing very well, so I'm kind of holding it, putting my thumb right here, and give it a little bit more oomph with the strike. Well, it's not too bad. I don't know if y'all can see that. Look, a decent cut right through there. I got it with more of the tip, so I don't know if it'd do more or better, or less if I use the edge. But try that again, see how we do. Kind of hard to get a good grip on this, just because the handle's so thin. I mean, it's more of a throwing weapon, but whatever. Not too bad, huh? It's not doing anything. It's like scratching the surface, but that's about it. Let's see how we do with the thrust. I'm gonna cut my finger on that one. Right, I'm pretty sure this is going to excel in thrusting, just because the fine tip here. Well, that didn't work. Let's try this one more time. Yeah, that went through fairly easy. It went through, but it's not really leaking. It's like pretty much still closed off. So where's that one at? That's the other one. Is this it? No, that's it. Yep, that's it. You can see that one right there, but yeah, it's going through, but it's still kind of keeping it closed off, which I find funny. So I'm going to try to see what I can do with the reverse grip here. See if that does really anything else. Yeah, that went through fairly well. So, yeah, goes in fairly well. I'm going to try and see if I can penetrate the cap here with this. Not too many high hopes for it, but... Oh shit, I'm actually dead. Actually, pretty going in through with pretty much ease. That was a miss. So, yeah, does it really well. This is kind of why you want to have it like a. I mean, it all depends on how you feel like you can, like what weapon you think you do best with or whatever. But you know, with a thinner tipped weapon like this, the area of where it needs to penetrate is shortened. So like, you know, holding this, if it was more broad and like this, you would have to put more effort to push through because it's wider. Either like this, where it's rather thin, so you're putting a lot of force, a lot of muscle onto this itty bitty little tip, which helps penetrate through objects a lot better. So like this, the cap here is a lot harder than this, but it goes fairly well when given enough force. But for cutting, now it kind of sucks. No worries. But yeah. So for stabbing, it's a little better. For cutting, not so much. I wouldn't recommend cutting with this anyways because it's a very kind of small blade. The handle is very flat. I mean, it's a throwing knife, basically. So you use it for throwing, but if it came down to it and you needed to use this, it'd be good for stabbing. But as for cutting, I would not kind of recommend it. Blade's very dull, very small. Handle's very uncomfortable. Just I don't have huge hands. You can kind of see it's kind of small. Just put my whole hand around that, it doesn't work. But does pretty well for that. It comes with a nice little belt. Yeah. Bada bing, huh? Yeah. For throwing, they do fairly well. Stabbing, they do really well. But for cutting, not so much. Also, the hand wrapping sucks. Okay. See y'all in the next video. Bye-bye. Yeah. Going through puberty again, apparently. Bye-bye.